just because the WTO rules that US can impose tariffs, countermeasures because of these Airbus subsidies, doesn't mean that they actually have to do so. And I think that's the point the Commission's making, is that they've known for a long time this ruling was going to come. They also know that a few months from now, a parallel ruling against Boeing will come. So they're sort of questioning why the US feels the need to do this so quickly, knowing that they can retaliate in a few months' time and still be WTO compliant. However, we're here in Parma, just south of Parma, actually, the city that the cheese Parmigiano is named for. The other part of the name, Reggiano, is because of another city around the corner, Reggio Emilia. So let me explain where we are and what's going on here. These long trays have just been emptied a few minutes ago. They were filled all night with milk. The fat on the milk rises to top and gets skimmed off. So essentially a skimmed milk leaves these trays. And if you follow me down here, this cauldron, what they call in Italian caldaia, this is filled with the skim milk that's been overnight and the fresh milk that's just come in this morning. And they add to that a substance from inside the cow's stomach, which curdles the milk. That milk curdles, they then break it up with these special little devices here. And the curdled milk has sunk to the bottom of this cauldron here. They're leaving it now for about 45 minutes. And that gooey substance at this moment looks a bit more like ricotta than Parmesan. So what they'll do, having pulled that substance out of the bottom of these cauldrons, each one of these cauldrons, hundreds of litres of milk, actually only makes 2 Parmesan wheels each. They then fill these little containers here with that ricotta-like substance. You can see this is incredibly soft at this stage. And then that's the start of the maturation process. If you just follow me down here a bit further, bearing in mind there's about a dozen of these cauldrons in here, so each day they're only making a few more than 20 of these Parmesan wheels. Here they've been shaving these wheels up. And so this is a very, very young Parmesan wheel. And these workers here, you can see the shavings on the floor that they're collecting from that process. And those wheels are then taken back into the storeroom I was in earlier that you guys saw, where some of them will be there for as long as 3 years, depending on the level of flavor you want in your Parmesan. But, you know, these workers here, you can see, we've got one of the rabbis here because, of course, they're also producing kosher Parmesan, so he has to be here for that process. In terms of the workers here, you know, you've got a couple of dozen working at this particular caseificio, this dairy processing unit. There's around 330 of those in this region. You've got thousands of farms, and overall this workforce of 50,000, as you might imagine, quite concerned about this imposition of tariffs that we could see kick in 2 weeks from today, because they're saying, the producers of Parmesan in particular, that prices for consumers in the US will go up from around $40 a kilo to $45 a kilo. That's 12% rise. And they're really concerned the consumers over there in the US will then move to other American domestic cheeses in particular, and they'll therefore see their market share in the US decrease and their overall volumes decrease as well. So there is a possibility. You're right, Steve. You might see some slightly cheaper Parmesan here in Europe, but that's not going to be something that people here are all that thrilled about, to be honest.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.